against you, never give up. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and very welcome guests. I would like to introduce you to a friend of mine, Francis Connell. Back in 2006, he had a little boy and was eagerly awaiting the birth of his second child. This, less than 2%, has appeared in his life on more than one occasion, and I'd like to share some of those events with you this evening. At 2:20 on the 4th of August 2006, Callum, Fran's second son, arrived by caesarean section. While in the recovery ward with his wife, she turned to him and said, "Mind the baby." She then gasped and stopped breathing. His wife's complication was later termed amniotic fluid embolism. This is where the amniotic fluid enters the mother's bloodstream, leading to a myocardial infarction. That's a massive heart attack to you and I. The likelihood of this happening to a new mother is less than 2%. The surreal scene before Fran was one of chaos, commotion and desperation as hospital staff tried for over 20 minutes to revive his wife. The room became hushed. A nurse approached Fran and said, "She's gone." He looked over at his wife and shouted, "Come back to me!" The heart monitor beat back into action. Even when given small odds, never give up. The room became alive with hospital staff as they attended to his wife's new status. The doctor approached and said, because her brain had been starved of oxygen for over 20 minutes, her quality of life would be minimal, and for him not to expect too much. His wife was put into an induced coma, and that allowed her body time to recover, and she was transferred to the high dependency unit in St. James's Hospital. Fran, a homeopath, was instrumental in her recovery. Suffice to say that she stunned doctors when 3 days later she walked out of St. James's Hospital and into the maternity ward to collect her new son. Even when odds are against you, never give up. Let's forward to 2008. Although advised not to have any more children, for obvious reasons, his wife's stubbornness won out, and she indeed found herself pregnant. Tests carried out at 18 weeks gestation suggested that further examinations would be required. Those investigations showed that there was something serious wrong with their baby. Many complications were discovered, though the more pressing one was a likely heart attack the baby would suffer due to pleural effusion. This is where fluid was gathering in the chest cavity and would lead to heart failure. The likelihood of this occurring in a pregnancy was less than 2%, Fran was told, but survival rate was 0. They went home stunned, asking themselves many questions, and I'm sure the most prevailing question any couple in that situation would ask would be, why? Why us? They attended their local doctor every day to have the fetal heart monitored. Each visit showed a weakening of the heart. Each visit brought less hope. Each visit brought them closer to their baby's demise. Conventional medicine offered them no hope, though they had alternatives. A week later, they attended their obstetrician, who performed the ultrasound with the somberness afforded to this situation. He scanned. He said, "The heart is beating. Strongly," he said. "The fluid has receded," he said excitedly. Although their baby was not out of the woods, they had bought her some time. Even when faced with small odds, never give up. Their baby now had a fighting chance, and her situation was monitored very closely. Each visit brought new hope. Each visit raised her survival rate, and each visit brought her closer to her birth. At 2:20 on the 23rd of October 2008. Sai, Fran's daughter, was born by caesarean section. Both mother and baby were monitored very closely. They both are doing very well today. Toastmasters, like many people, I've been in many situations that are challenging, and at times it seems overwhelming. The one thing we can do is how we respond to life's situations. We can focus on the most positive outcome, see it through, and move on. My husband, Francis Connell, and I have instilled in our children a can-do attitude, even when life throws you bad odds. Have a winning attitude. Our young daughter, Sive, adopted that winning attitude. What are the chances of winning the lottery? Probably a lot less than 2%. And I, ladies and gentlemen, I've won twice.